everyone. I'm Dinah Ventura, and welcome to Pairfect, where we bring together inspiring minds who share one passion and one purpose. Today, we enter the world of fashion, heritage, and artistry. Our stories about creativity that honors tradition, celebrates craftsmanship, and carries Filipino talent onto the global stage. Our guest is an internationally recognized Filipino fashion and textile designer known for elevating traditional embroidery and handcrafted techniques into modern sculptural masterpieces. Through his vision, culture meets couture, and Filipino artistry finds a powerful voice in contemporary design. Please welcome to Pairfect, Joseph Aloysius Montelibano.
Hey, Dina.
Welcome
How
to
are you?
Pairfect.
So nice to meet
Well,
you.
no, so nice
Thrilled
to
to
meet
be
you.
here.
Yes, thank you for being here with us this afternoon. So, I hear that this is your return to the
Um,
fashion world, to the textile world.
yes, and the crossover into a greater scale into the arts and really speaking about
Mm-hmm.
the culture in a more academe
Mm-hmm.
way and what fashion and art can do for other advocacies to help flourish, and
I would
that's
like
the
to know
format of my
how you got into that
system.
in the first place.
When I first got back from New York, I
Mm-hmm.
was a textile salesman there. So
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to pursue fashion, but do it here because everything there was made in the Philippines. All the brands I looked at the malls were made in the Philippines. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I should be there making stuff and using Filipino hands because I know that, like in the 70s, Parisian coutures would have their stuff produced here in the
Right.
country. So I'm like so strong, right? So everything that has to do with handcrafts and all Philippines tops that.
Okay.
And so when I came back, I was trying to find some kind of soul into the collection and the pieces that I wanted to make. Rather than just do an RTW line and then send it away and then sell it, I feel like that I wasn't there anymore, and my I just wanted something that would be more inspiring and to talk to as far as the stories of it, delve deeper into the fabrications because that time when I was searching for inspiration around 2015, um, there wasn't anyone talking about the indigenous fabrics yet until my
That's right.
friend, yeah,
Yeah.
2015,
Mm-hmm.
and then a friend of mine, she's like, go to Sarangani and visit the Tiboli tribe and check out their Tinalak fabrics. And that's really where it started. That year in 2015, I got invited to do a show in London. And so I wanted to speak rather than just wave at the end of the runway show. I wanted to speak first. So that when they watch it, they could feel the energy and the soul of whatever
They were
the
seeing.
fabrications that are they're seeing for that moment. So I said, okay. So I went there. It was the wake of Lang Dulay, the national artist, Manlilikan ng Bayan. And so the show in London was then titled in a tribute to her called Dulay Dreams because she's the godmother of dream weaving.
Yes.
So that was the whole umbrella story of everything else after that. So every year, when I get invited to a city or a country to present Filipino fabrics in my versions, I always present one community that makes a Filipino. So that makes Filipino textiles.
Yes.
So when I did in New York, I presented piña and the calado embroidery from Taal, Batangas, its
Right.
origin. And then the following year, I had a mission trip. I got invited to Northeast India. It's a restricted state up in the Himalayas, in the foothills of the Himalayas. So I showed them the lace making from Iloilo.
Galing.
So there's something
You
new
always
all the time that
showcase
look.
something different.
Yeah, and because when I was working in New York's a garment capital of the world, I sold every kind of fabric from around the world except Filipino fabrics.
I see. So
So
that's
that's
how
why
you
the
got
dedication every
interested.
year is now to
Yes,
just
but
talk
before
about it.
New York, take us back to how you started
It
from
really
the
started
beginning,
in New
your
York.
journey.
I was in New
It
York
really
when I
started.
was 19.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Yeah, so I
But
right
you
out
studied
fresh of
there.
college. No, I was fresh out of college, went to New York, and then started pursuing my dream of being in the sanctuaries of beauty and fashion. So,
Great.
so I was very ambitious.
Okay. Okay, so you landed in New York and started your path towards
Yes, so I did
this.
behind the scenes public relations. So it's a good grounding experience to know what happens behind the scenes, and then from that I got connections into the the fashion world, and so I became a visual merchandiser for Giorgio Armani as well.
Okay.
Um, and stylist as well for music videos and
Wow.
TV shows, a commissioned designer for TV shows and film as well. So the costume supervisors would come down to the garment district, request like things like, you know, oh, Britney Spears needs to look naked but glittery. How do we achieve that? So we are those people, the commissioned
Makes
designers
it
that those.
possible.
Yeah.
I
So
see.
I was in the deep of everything that's happening into the garment district, and that's why fabrications and materials are really my
Yeah.
basis of always my design. I cannot sketch.
Yeah.
That's why I think I didn't flourish enough on commission work because I feel I'm not adept at trying to foresee.
Visualizing it.
Yeah, I have to feel and touch first, and that's why with this comeback, I as I was maneuvering my way out of my dark cloud, I had to go back to where I started, which is touch Tinalak again and play with it. And this time, this collection that I showed is more cerebral
Cerebral. I
uh,
see.
pieces.
How would you describe your design philosophy, if that's what you want to call it? What do you do?
My design philosophy, wow. I
Yeah.
haven't thought about that. Imagine that. Well, it
'Cause
really my philosophy. I feel like really has to just be. There always has to be story of what you are wearing besides just just the sewing and the production of it and selling it out there and promoting it. I wanted to not regress, but go back further and really start. Like I've been saying since 2015, I'm like, Tinalak is the Hermes of Filipino fabrics. You know, that kind of
did you feel
tagging.
like you were the only voice saying all these things at that time?
I would not say. My inspirations are like, of course, but there's
Batiste.
Patis Tesoro,
Yes.
whose legacy at this point and longevity works because she's still around. And then there's the ladies at Anthill in Cebu doing great job. And then there's the Dita
Dita
Sandico and
Sandico.
then the Lulu Tangans who really were those were the ones that were speaking the language. But now I feel like when I came in, I just wanted to tell more stories and really like I just didn't buy that fabric. I went to the house of the wife of a farmer and bought her
I
fabric.
see.
She only had 3 rules, things like
Yeah.
that. She told me her stories. So those are the things that I want to do. I just want to tell stories about fashion and then inspire generations and cultures. Now, oh, so that's how they
That's
are
really
there.
great because I think not very many are doing that. They just produce, right?
Yeah,
And
but
there's a
now I feel
mention
like
of
the
this.
movement is great. I mean, with the
I agree.
bazaars and
Yeah.
fairs now, wow, I'm so like, okay, yay. So I have to sort of like, okay, what's the next move to
Yeah.
move forward
Yeah.
this
For
movement?
you, right?
Yeah, not just for
Okay.
me, but for the whole movement. Okay, we're talking about the community support and all that, but I think since I'm on the ground, I'm the one that goes immerse with them and live with them and talk to them straight up and, really spend time with them. I feel like there's more to tell.
Can't wait to hear your stories. But so you champion like the textile itself. That's really your focus,
Yes,
right?
that's
So
really
the
my focus.
stories behind those textiles. You also champion embroidery and
Yes,
craftsmanship. That's
yes.
all part of
That's
it,
all
all
part.
right?
That's all part.
So, and you said that you focus on different fabrics every time you show.
Yes.
What draws you to those fabrics in the first place?
Once I know there's a weaving community in somewhere, I will just go. Like, I'll go. I want to see. So when I was locked down in the north in La Union, during the pandemic, I found out that they had a mulberry farm and silk weaving community. Yeah, so I'm like, Philippine tropical silk. Okay, ladies, let's do nice stuff. Make me silk fringe, make me do peonies, make me stuff. So we could see and I could manipulate into what it can be done.
Right.
Furthermore, with a tinalak, like they sell it as a roll of fabric and it always ends up as a runner on the table. Yeah. And that's why, nothing wrong with that, but we're helping community. We're letting them keep busy because I've been there and they're not. They need more people to support them.
Right.
In all of the communities. So there.
Okay. So how important, I mean, obviously it's important, cultural identity in shaping your designs.
Yeah.
Like, tell me more about how that comes into play when you actually design something.
I feel like I cannot pursue if I feel like it might offend the community. Because
what do you mean?
especially with tinalak, it's a ritualistic fabric, ancient tradition. So I want to make sure that whatever I'm doing with it is not will not offend. And
So respect
being put,
for
it
the
must be respect for the culture. And so like with this current displays, I wanted to not cut the fabric as much as possible and drape the entire 7-yard piece that they made into a whole piece. Because then it's their dreams that are on the pattern. So you don't cut up their dreams, right? So it needs to flow along with your vision of how. So like this weaver, Noemi Dulai, she goes, oh, this is the healing tree, because she found out that I was there because I'm ending my healing journey. And so she created a thing that's the healing tree. And so I have to display it in the most respectable way that everybody knows how it looks like.
So you've also shown your work
Yeah.
in international stages,
Yes.
right? So what has that taught you about how the global audiences appreciate our culture, our textiles, our designs?
Currently, because culture and art is in the forefront of this chaotic world, because people are using it as the revolution, as a revolt. Every country is coming out with their culture and so proud of it. And that's why I feel like that's where we should be. That's how we should be speaking about it. And make sure that we all communicate and like, yes, doing right, love the African weaves, love the Indian weaves. When I was in Northeast India, I stumbled into fabrics that I would have never thought existed. Gold silk. Like actual gold silk, the most expensive silk
Where
in
is
the
that
world.
made?
Muga silk in the north of India.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's brilliant, so nice and inspiring. That's how I really am pushing for everybody to always explore further, further than what you think. I mean,
Or what you
heading
can
up
see.
there to the Himalayas was a trip to remember, because it was, it was difficult to get at. But when you're there, you really feel like I'm part of a much bigger world that I need to help flourish and protect, things like that.
I want to hear more about your immersions into these
Yes.
cultures.
Oh my God, I love telling those stories.
Pause for a short break.
Okay.
And this break is brought to you by Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Union Bank, it starts with you.
Usapang OFW is the show that honors the journeys of our modern-day heroes, our OFWs. Join Chingmi Fernandez, John Dodson, and Rafi Ayang every Tuesday and Thursday at 3 p.m. to hear the real stories behind the sacrifices. Watch it live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune Now on YouTube, and Daily Tribune Official on TikTok.
Want to hear from thought leaders shaping our world? Straight Talk with Chito Lazada and Ted Montelibano dives into leadership, politics, and business every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Catch conversation live on Daily Tribun's Facebook page, Tribune on YouTube, and Daily Tribune Official on TikTok.
When we were young, my father really emphasized the value of being good. We all have God's given purpose and plan. And if you just embrace that, you don't need to compete with anyone. But it's really about teaching them, put everything in balance.
Welcome back to Pairfect. Still here with Aloysius Montelibano. Yes. So you've traveled far and wide, but you've always come home.
Of course.
Just like what happened to you recently. So you were telling me a bit earlier before we started the show about this personal challenge of yours that made you come back. Can you tell us about it?
As I was right after the pandemic era, I was sort of trying to grapple how to get back to work. Apparently, it was very difficult. I got sidetracked by my other many skills, but I love doing it still. But I feel like I was out of touch already in fashion. Then later on, I found out there's generations already right after that's following other younger designers who are brilliant, that makes brilliant crafts. And I sort of, during my health crisis for the past 3 years, I didn't know I was living with a disease of the bone marrow. So I had to take care of that a full 2 years, and then a full year to just heal and reflect and make sure that I get my body back as to where it should be now, so I could continue doing all my work that I really wanted. So it was a good journey to have, because otherwise I won't be here and I won't be having this much inspiration pent up. So I'm very excited. So now I always talk about it in a very light manner, and
So you've had difficult years,
yes,
but now you're just really going full back into where you want to be, so you can fully heal.
Yes,
is that right?
And also creating more new things and avenues for my work.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the exhibit you just had in February.
The exhibit I just had is sort of like a love letter to my sick self, because without touching those fabrics again, I would have never be able to think of how I'm going to proceed with work. So I went back to where it all started in Lake Cebu, and visited all my old friends there, the Dulais and all the other weavers and the farmers there. My friend who used to take me around Lake Cebu years ago now owns a wellness resort there, so it's very nice. So it's very exciting. When I was there, I got inspired again, and so I'm very happy that this collection came about. And my approach, I tried to not pressure myself on trying to create things that came from a certain point. I wanted to come out of from nowhere, so I just let my mind flow while I was creating it. It is, you'll see once you see the collection that you'll see all of this. That's how it came about.
So that's always been your process. You just let it flow out of you.
Yeah.
The design
Otherwise, if it's too stressful. I mean, we've done the enterprising part, so I feel like I'm at this stage where I'm like, okay, I gotta just put out what really is inside of me and come out with brilliant things.
Right. But you know, you're working in fashion, and you know that it always evolves.
Yes.
But how do you innovate while staying rooted in tradition?
Well, with me, when I'm talking about with people gatekeeping our traditions and heritage and all that, it's really about enterprising it. So I position, as I do my creative stuff, I make sure that this could be beneficial not just for me, but for them. So we try. We work all the time together. They call me if they have new weaves. I call them if I need. And I feel that relationship really strengthened that way. And so, as far as trying to work with tradition, I try to tell the story of tradition, but move it forward as the world is changing, as the times are changing. So that's really how I thought about this.
Okay. And I'm sure your journey as a designer hasn't been smooth throughout. What kind of challenges have you encountered, and how did you overcome those challenges?
Well, if I need to be particular, the biggest challenge of that entire, say, 20 years of doing, fashion design work, commission work, the challenge was really and always is the manpower, which is ironically is what I came here for, came home for, to have that kind of
The skilled
manufacturing, producing power. But suddenly maybe I came at the wrong, I don't know, age of production. I came at the wrong age of production here in the country. I'm not sure, but it was that was the struggle. And also because, again, I'm not, my process is different.
Yes. Oh.
So I'm trying to do a cookie cutter production, but my head is not that way. So
So
but I, just keep on going and see. But now, with the new fresh ideas, there are bigger things and better things to pursue as I do this.
What are you working on right now?
So this March, we are taking this exhibit on tour.
Yeah.
We are bringing it back to Lake Cebu so that the weavers who I collaborated with could see the actual work. So I wanted to give them that before the summer so that they'll get inspired some more. I'm very happy that I'm sitting with you. So when they see this, they'll get more excited.
Yay.
So that's really the best thing. And also, we have expanded. Aloysius as a design company has expanded into Aloysius Worldwide. In June, we are launching Aloysius Worldwide Tours. It will focus on cultural education tours, and we are going to sell it to universities and fashion schools abroad.
That's wonderful.
So that all the communities can benefit. We're doing a Luzon tour, a Visayas tour, a Mindanao tour, and then an overall 1-month immersion in the country.
And who better to do that than somebody
I
who's
feel like
already
that's how I'm already. I just put myself there, I think. Naturally, it came. I'm like, oh, I could I'll just register a travel agency.
My goodness, that's so interesting. Your path has taken this direction.
So
your
just
path
to
has
add
taken.
credibility, because like in my design work, I'm friends with technical designers, the best ones there. So I feel like if I try to be a technical designer and try to cut a jacket the right way, I'll be insulting them too.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'll just do my thing. I'm gonna do a travel tour, and so
Actually, that's going to be
whatever
very
the
helpful.
strength is, that's what we're gonna go for.
Yes, agree.
And then actually tomorrow I'm gonna go enroll at Diliman for a master's in anthropology, so that could help in a big way.
I'm sure more knowledge, and I think the way you tell the stories
Never
will be
stop,
very
never stop learning. I say.
Yeah. So on that note, I want to know what advice you would give our young creatives who dream of entering the world of fashion and design.
For the young generation, just don't be cookie cutter. Don't be a cookie cutter. Our journeys are different. each one of us has different journey. We cannot just all want to. Sure, we want to dress all celebrities or beauty queens, but if you're pressure, it's very the pressure is really becomes heavy when you try to just be specialized. So explore, just put it out there. Next season, if you don't want to do pageant gowns, do something else. Dress pets. You know, there's lots of advocacy for that, and there's lots of businesses for that. So, you know, just flow with what your soul, creative soul, really wants to do. Just because you saw it online doesn't mean you have to do that. I've done Hollywood, I've done New York City, and as much as I thought I was going to be a certain way there, my direction left me in a different format. So do not pressure yourself too much.
And
Don't get
close.
sick while doing it. That's for sure. Because health is still is wealth, you know.
That's true, and you've gone through it all. So really a voice of wisdom. So before we end, can you invite them again for any upcoming shows?
No shows yet, but
Or where can they check your work?
maybe I'll just say okay, yeah, no. Well, I'll just do the future again, I suppose.
Yeah.
So we're taking the tour. We're taking the exhibit on a tour. So far we're bringing it back to Lake Cebu. There's a floating invitation to bring it back to New York, but that will all depend on the atmosphere of travel there. I'm hoping, among hope, that all my friends and network from the diaspora abroad that used to invite me can invite me again, maybe the different countries this time, so that we don't stop talking about it.
Right.
We don't stop talking. I always work closely with producing shows abroad, so it's easy for both the agency or the consulate or the embassy to take us and really try to achieve what we're there for, which is really messages of peace and cultural understanding and tradition and heritage and how to keep them.
That's beautiful. I wish you all the luck.
Thank you so
And
much
again,
for your time.
I can't wait to see what you do next.
For sure.
Okay, so tell us about
Bursting.
that. So thank you for this very inspiring conversation.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
So to our viewers, this has been a very good conversation with Joseph Aloysius Montelibano, reminding us that fashion can be a vessel for heritage, identity, and national pride, stitched together by passion and vision. Thank you for joining us on Pairfect. Don't forget to follow Daily Tribune for more conversations with the people making a difference in our society and showcasing Filipino excellence to the world. Until next time, I'm Dinah Ventura, and this has been Pairfect, where every story connects perfectly.
Narito na naman ang inyong lingkod, Manong Joe, para sagutin ang inyong tanong. May tanong tayo mula kay Javier Domingo, isa pong netizen. Manong Joe, paano pag sa Metro Manila tumama ang lindol, handa ba ang Meralco? Ito ang sagot, Javier, at maganda yung tanong mo. Napapanahon talaga na pagandaan ang anumang uri ng sakuna, maging ito'y lindol, malakas na bagyo at kung anuman, sa dami ng kalamidad na nararanasan natin mula sa mga nangyayaring lindol hanggang sa mga pagbaha, malakas na hangin at iba pa, ang kaligtasan ng bawat customer ang prioridad ng Meralco. Tinitiyak namin na ginagawa ang lahat para mapanatiling ligtas at maayos ang aming serbisyo at mga pasilidad. Pinapalitan namin ang mga poste ng mas matibay na gawa sa konkreto at pakal. Inililipat din ang mga poste sa mga lugar na ligtas. Regular na nagsasagawa ng tree trimming at wire clearing ang Meralco para hindi maapektuhan ang mga linya ng kuryente o makayanan ang anumang bagyo o lindol. Nagsasagawa rin ang Meralco ng re-insulation at conductor shielding ng mga linya namin, pagpapatibay ng mga lighting protection system, pati na rin ang pagkakabit ng mga smart device para agad na matukoy ang mga posibleng alalahanin ukol sa serbisyo ng kuryente. Kung kakailanganin, handa po ang Meralco na pansamantalang mag-de-energize upang masiguro ang kaligtasan ng publiko. Kadalasan po namin itong ginagawa kapag tumataas ang tubig baha o di kaya ay napakalakas ng bagyo. Kasama na rin ang uga ng lindol. Pagkatapos naman po ng anuman sakuna, maging po ito'y bagyo o lindol, at may na-damage po kami facilities, bumagsak na linya o ano ba man, huwag ho ninyong lapitan. Hayaan ninyo ang aming mga crew ang gumawa ng kinakailangan para masigurong ligtas ang pagkukumpuni. Kapag sigurado na po tayo na ligtas nang bumalik sa bahay, siguro po tingnan muna natin ang sitwasyon sa loob at siguraduhin din na yung ating mga internal wiring facilities ay nasa maayos na kalagayan. Bago pa man abutin ng tubig baha yung inyong mga outlet, patayin na muna ang main switch sa bahay at i-unplug ang mga appliances. Kung may electrical hazard, agad itong i-report sa amin sa Meralco sa pamamagitan ng may Meralco app. Nasa social media din po kami, Facebook at X, yung dating Twitter, o sa Meralco hotline bilang 16211. Pwede din kayong mag-text sa numerong ito. Tandaan mga katribo na sa panahon ng kalamidad, ang pagiging alerto at maingat ay susi sa kaligtasan. Ako po muli ang inyong lingkod si Manong Joe, Saldariaga para sa Ask Manong Joe. Hanggang sa muli mga katribo at sa mga nanonood sa Daily Tribune.